right, folks, welcome back to Geeks Like Us. We are doing our roller skating episode this week, and I have a nice big panel here to talk about. So I'm going to jump right in, and I'm going to start with the first panel member. I'm going left to right on my screen. So I am going to throw things over to Andy. If you just give us a quick introduction to who you are and what you do.
There. Hi, I'm Andy. I work for Canadian Mental Health. I'm a counselor there. And yeah, that's what I do. And I skate a lot.
Nice. And how long have you been skating?
I worked at Stardust Roller Rink when I was 15 years old till 19. And then I stopped until I met Andrea at a Starbucks. And she hooked me up with it again about 2 years ago.
Nice. All right. Okay, moving on to Mike.
Hi, my name's Mike. I have a day job as a postman. I walk for a living. And my alter ego is a part owner at Roller Skate Victoria, where we do online classes and events and teach people the joy of roller skating.
And how long have you been roller skating for?
Almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years this summer in August, I think.
Okay. So relatively new to the sport, not like you came back to it like Andy did. But, all right. Okay. And so we're going to jump right over to Andrea now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea. For my day job, I work in post-secondary education for a university in fundraising, scholarships and bursaries. And I also, for my side hustle, I'm co-owner of Roller Skate Victoria. And so we teach skating lessons, we throw roller discos, and since the pandemic started, we started teaching online. So now we have a full online school as well, which I do from my downstairs, which has turned into a mini roller rink.
Nice.
So I'm joining you from there.
That's awesome. All right. Moving over to Nicole, which the fans of the show have seen a few times, but Nicole's joining us again because, as we have mentioned before, Nicole and I met through roller skating. And so, yeah, Nicole, welcome.
Hi. Yeah, I mean, as Damon mentioned, he and I met in 2017 when I joined fresh meat of a roller derby sort of crash course. I was terrible, but I ended up falling in love with the idea of skating. So in my real life, I am a program manager for adults with diverse abilities. So I've been supporting people at Lifetime Networks for over 10 years. But roller derby has always allowed me, and roller skating has allowed me to really explore outside of the confines of social services.
All right. Well, welcome again. We're going to jump over to Adrian. Rob, you're on deck, but we're going to go over to Adrian here.
Hi, everybody. I'm Adrian, also known as Velocity Raptor. My day job is running a nonprofit in Washington, D.C., USA. We do civic engagement and language services, so interpretation, translation, things like that. And my side hustle is I run Department of Skate, which has gotten us mixed up with the U.S. State Department on not more than one occasion. We used to get our mail delivered over there, and we'd have to go pick it up from their irradiated mailroom. So your knee pads are very, very clean.
Awesome. So there's a couple folks here from Roller Skate Victoria. That's where Nicole and I are from. We roller skate all over the place. But if you two could just give us a quick blurb of what Roller Skate Victoria is all about, other than what you do, like the fun part of it. I mean, we know the business part, but what's the fun part of it?
If you don't mind, I'll jump in here, Mike. What's the fun part of it? Well, we really see roller skating and roller dancing in particular as an art form. And so the main goal of our skate school is we're training our skaters first to learn how to skate, but then secondly, to learn how to roller dance. And then third, to learn choreographed routines to be performed out in our community. And this sort of vision comes from the background of two of the founders, myself and Martin, who's not with us today, but we come from a figure skating background, and specifically a performance figure skating background. I used to be a show skater in another decade. But so that's kind of the vision and path we're taking our school.
Nice. Okay, it's going to just one of the folks that do the roller skating. Adrian, why do you find it fun? Why do you do this in this crazy world right now?
Well, at the moment, I'm not doing any skating because I'm about halfway through this pregnancy, so no more skating for me at this point. But for me, it's exercise. It's a team. I played roller derby for a long time. That's what got me started again as an adult. It's an escape. It's a community. That's probably my favorite part is the people that are in it. There's people that I've met from all over the world, like all of you. I think most of you are actually in a different country from me. And that's really amazing that I can hop in a car or on a plane and end up just about anywhere in the world and find somebody who I've met through roller derby or these various skate groups and things like that. And that's really wonderful.
Absolutely. I think a few of us definitely can have some stories about how we've met some folks from other countries, other places. Nicole, one of your favorite memories of skating when we started doing some long distance skating.
Yeah, well, it was, I guess, a couple of years ago, and we'd taken a break for about a year from skating. And then we got back onto our skates, and we were skating a 10-kilometer track around our, in our area, there's an airport that has a really nice, like, smooth paved track around the airport, and it's about 10K. And in the first time I went on it, I didn't realize my bearings had seized, and so I crashed out, like, real hard, like just biffed across an entire like driveway. But then the second time when we realized the bearings had seized, we'd put new bearings in, and lo and behold, it felt like flying again. And that was an amazing experience. That ability to, I'm not a fast runner. Most people would define me as a sloth in like every other parts of my life. But that ability to move with grace and to just fly, feel the wind in your hair again. That's what I live for. I love that moment when that happens, you know, heading bombing down a hill and suddenly you just feel like you're unstoppable. It's an amazing experience.
Absolutely. Andy, your thoughts on that? What do you find fun about roller skating? Like, why do you do it?
Well, I do a lot of trail skating, so I do anywhere from 50 to 150 kilometers a week. And so when I put my headphones on, it's about the being on 8 wheels and having the music. So I listen to a lot of later 70s, early 80s musics on my headset. And it brings me right back to my childhood at the roller rink. So all those memories of being at Stardust come back with the music and the wheels. And I got a top speed so far of 54K an hour. So
Nice.
I like speed too.
Definitely somebody after my own heart on wheels. I'm also a little bit of a speed maniac when it comes to skating, as Nicole contests, as I have to slow down just a little bit sometimes. So we got quite a range of why folks skate, from fun and stuff like that. But we've already heard from Andrea on the dance side. But let's get Mike's thought about dancing on roller skates.
Well, dancing on roller skates is brand new for me. I started out life way back when I was a teenager as a disc jockey in a nightclub. So I bring with me a whole lot of music, and that's how I got introduced to Roller Skate Victoria. They hired me to do their very first roller disco in Victoria here, and then I just caught the bug, and I love the sensation and the feeling of gliding through space and time on roller skates. The analogy of flying is fantastic. It really feels a lot like that, and I've never been a very good dancer before, so being able to do that on roller skates has really opened up a whole new world for me in terms of performance and choreography and all that kind of stuff. It's a new challenge that I'm really, really enjoying tackling.
Have you been in any of the displays, or if I'm not getting the right word, but when you guys do like an actual show for folks, have you been in any yet?
Oh yeah, I've performed in a few. The last one was probably We did a year-end show for our online academy that we had to start up, and we danced to Chubby Checker's "Let's Twist Again," and a very fast song. And Andrea put together some really fun choreography to do that, and we were able to get a bunch of different skaters together distantly and then stitch all their videos together to make a really fun little presentation. But yeah, I've been in a few shows. We did a Christmas show when we were able to, which was fun too. It was a sort of a Charlie Brown themed one. It was the one I was in. I was actually Charlie Brown because, you know, I've got the right hair for it. So yeah, I really enjoyed the performance part of it for sure.
So speaking of roller, or not speaking of roller discs, but some of you have mentioned roller discos. Does anybody have any good roller disco stories? An experience, what it was like? For me, my roller disco experiences come down to two places: Wheelies in Brandon, Manitoba, before it was turned into a print shop. Thank you, Leach Printing. And in Calgary, Lloyd's. If you've ever skated in Lloyd's, it closed down just a couple years ago. I mean, it was a classic. That place hadn't changed in 30 years. Anybody been to Lloyd's?
They say it's, you know, one of Canada's last remaining actual roller rinks. There's probably a few people in here that might know about some other ones that are still with us, but yeah, felt really grateful to be able to skate in there. I skated there twice. I did 2 trips to Calgary, and they have a really great skate community in Calgary as well because they've had that roller rink, right? So I've connected with a lot of skaters in Calgary as well, and I made lifelong friends. And I got to skate in that beautiful, I think it was maple floor, or what kind of wood was that? It was some kind of special wood, like a really nice floor.
The wood, it didn't exist anymore. It was under 9,000 inches of varnish.
Yeah. But it sure was slick and smooth, and like we don't have that here in Victoria. We're just skating on cement, picking up pebbles, you know. We've been lucky to we rent out an old gymnasium, which has been probably one of the best surfaces that we have, and then of course the old curling rinks. When the ice is out, it's nice polished concrete under that, so that's been pretty good too. So I don't want to complain too much. We have some spots, but man, it would sure be nice to have a real roller rink.
That it would. Going back to how we skate, we all like going for it. We've talked about trail skates. What is the longest trail skate that you folks have been on? Mike, what's your longest trail skate?
I'm not much of a trail skater. My longest trail skate is probably the Dallas Road section from Clover Point down to the cruise ship terminal. It's a beautifully brand new paved path, and it's sort of downhill one way and, of course, uphill the other way. But I don't know, it's probably 4 or 5 kilometers round trip.
Nice. Yes. Done the Dallas Road one quite a few times. It's since they've done the repaving, it's been even nicer. I'm going to jump to you, Adrian. So let me know, what kind of trail skating have you done?
Well, we are really lucky in the DC metro area that we have extensive bike trails that the tri-state area, so that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia, have all taken really good care of. And there you can, if you were on a bike or you really wanted to, you could go hundreds of miles on these things. And I think the longest that I did was probably from Reagan National Airport to Georgetown, which probably means nothing to most of you. But that was about a 12-mile round trip. I think it's about 6-ish miles each way or so. And it's on really beautiful paved paths right along the Potomac River, which is really pretty.
Nice. Andrea, you were saying you skate a seawall.
Yeah, in Vancouver, they have a really great seawall around Stanley Park. It's like really scenic, really beautiful. You can skate around it, like tons of people skate around it. I think it's about 10 kilometers. Back in the day, I'm from Vancouver, and I was an inliner. And I was typical Vancouver. I would do, I'd go to my hot yoga class. I'd skate to my hot yoga class from where I was living at the time, and then I'd go and do 2 laps around the seawall and then skate home. So that was, I guess, quite the furthest I've ever skated back in my Vancouver days.
Nice. Okay. Who has their skates here with them right now? Andrea is wearing her skates. I like it. I like it. Okay, that's awesome. Andy, let's see your skates. Nice. Adrian, do you have yours handy? Oh, hang on one second there. Perfect. Perfect. I'm seeing kind of a theme on the skates here. And who else? Nicole, do you have yours handy?
I have my currently retired, but they're the skates that I got married in, so I kind of like them. This is my beach bunnies, and they got kitty cats with their little heart stoppers. So
Nice. Mike, how about you? And he's wearing them. Perfect. I like it. Now that's dedication from the skate community. Your skates, can you give me like 20 seconds what makes a roller skate a roller skate?
Well, I guess they got to have 8 wheels to start with. For me, I like a nice supportive boot and high quality components. I'm not the lightest guy, so I want to make sure that my equipment is strong and able to withstand, what I'm going to want to put it through. So I look for really high quality stuff for my skates.
Nice. Andrea, what about you? What kind of, like, there's always different kinds of skates and blah, blah, blah. We're not going to go into all of them. What kind of skates do you like?
Oh, well, I also like a really sturdy boot. And then coming from ice skating, I'm used to that stiffness. So a lot of people that come from ice skating, we tend to lean towards a sturdier boot. And I'm also working on jumps. So I'm trying to transfer my skills from figure skating over to roller skating. So I find that I really need that extra support. So I have quite a stiff boot right now that I'm wearing. But I also have different skates for different styles of skate dance that I do. So I'm wearing my artistic boots right now, which are stiffer with a top. But I also have like, here's a little show and tell for you, something kind of fun. But for example, I have these skates for jam skating, where I'm doing more like the breakdancing moves, and they're a short boot, so I can like flop over and be close to the floor and flip this way and that way. And then of course you see these don't have toe stops in the front, right? So I can have more room to maneuver on my toes for dance moves. And then just for fun, I'm going to show you this skate here, which is purely fashion over function. And this is a John Fluvog boot that my friend Mike put onto a plate for me and turned into roller skates. So I don't wear these often. I don't want to wreck them. But if I'm like, I'll pull them out for a photo shoot or something.
And I can see your skates are in the background there. For you, leaving skating, coming back to skating, what did you look for in a skate?
Well, for me, because I do a lot of trail skating, I got outdoor wheels. I need a boot that's pretty flexible because I do what I call boogie skating. It's just everybody calls me fancy feet, but yeah, I need a looser boot and good wheels for outdoor. I also have different types of bearings. So I got ceramic bearings, which are actually better if it rains.
Yeah, ceramic bearings, definitely.
Yeah, so
nice. So we're getting near the end of the segment here, and again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the Chronicles of Geek. Just going to throw just one last open segment here. Anything else you want to add about roller skating? Nicole, I'm going to jump down to you, and then I'll make my way around, but don't worry, I'll tell you who's going to come up next. So Nicole, you're out first.
anything I want to tell people about roller skating?
Yeah.
If you've ever been curious about it, try it. It really isn't that hard to pick up. You have to be confident with yourself, or at least willing to give yourself the benefit of the doubt that you'll learn it eventually. Wear a lot of protective gear when you get started. You're gonna fall. It's gonna happen. But if you choose a cheek or choose to fall forward, if you've got your protective gear on, then you're gonna be okay. And if it's ever intrigued you, just pick it up. It's so much fun.
Nice. Mike, your thoughts?
I really enjoy I think I mentioned before, the sensation of gliding through time and space on roller skates. There's no other experience like it. It's a calming, relaxing feeling. It's almost like being rocked like a baby in a cradle. It's just a lovely, lovely experience, and I highly recommend it for anybody who wants to try it.
Adrian.
I would say get out there and do it and connect with as many people as you can. There are a ton of experts in all of these groups and in all of these cities, and every single one of them is really excited to have all of these new people joining. So don't give up. Come find us. We love teaching. We will talk your ear off about literally everything and just give you a waterfall torrent of more information than you could ever want. And that's how you learn and have a great time. Can't wait to see you out there.
Exactly. Andy, what about you?
In my opinion, with COVID going on right now, mental health is so important. And for me, my mental health, getting out on the trails, getting some tunes going in my head, feeling that air, not so much through my head hair, my face hair, and just being free out there and enjoying it is so good for my mental health. So
Nice. Exactly. I totally agree. The mental health aspect of all of this is definitely one of the main reasons why we all escape. Andrea, last closing thoughts to you.
Yeah, thanks. I was actually really glad to see that, you have a show about geek things, and you wanted to talk about roller skating. And I was like, that makes sense to me because we get so hooked on roller skating, and like there's certain people that I meet that try skating and they're just like, it's okay. But then there's other people that try it and get hooked and it becomes an obsession, right? And those are the people I bestow the title upon as skate nerd. And it's a term of endearment to me. So when you mentioned this show, I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense to me. Like we're nerdy about it. We nerd out on it. Like we want to talk about the physics of skating. We want to talk about the equipment. We want to start collecting all kinds of skates and parts. Like you would collect, I don't know, comic books. I don't know much about geek stuff, but I am a skating geek. And the other thing I wanted to say, just to jump on what Mike had said about skating feeling like a form of flying, and it's a sensation of the movement. The geeks will enjoy this. There's a YouTube video that I saw about this skater who's an inline skater in San Diego. He goes by Slow Mo. He was a medical doctor, and he left everything for a life of living at the beach and roller skating up and down the path. And he describes the sensation of roller skating in a very scientific way and explains why we love it so much. And I really encourage everyone to check that out. When I first saw that, I was like, yes, he just explained in words what I have been feeling my whole life. So
nice. Awesome.
This is me nerding out. I'm nerding out. We're skate geeks. We're skate nerds.
Exactly. Again, everybody, thank you so much for joining us here on the Chronicles of Geeks. Geeks like us, as you heard, we're all geeks. And so that's it. And we will be back next week with an entirely different segment for something that we don't know yet.